All right, everyone. My name is Igor Edelman, and I welcome you to Cloud Slam 09. You have joined a session with Nati Shalom, the CTO and co-founder of GigaSpace.
Yeah, hi there, Igor. Thank you for the introduction. Today what I'm going to talk to you is basically share with you some of the experience that we had with developing and deploying application on the cloud. I'm going to do that in kind of the way I'm going to do that is basically go through GigaSpace as just a quick introduction, and then go through a summary of the challenges that people face today when they're trying to deploy an enterprise application on the cloud. And later on, what I'll try to do is kind of provide sort of a practical guideline on how, based on our experience, is the best way to deal with that. And obviously, we'll end up with some open session for questions, and hopefully that will be an interactive session. So I'll start with the quick introduction to GigaSpace. So the important thing, I think, and I don't want to spend too much time on that, is that we've been dealing with distributed computing for a long time. For us, cloud computing came in a perfect timing, and it's basically an enabler for building and delivering a lot of the experience that we had with years of dealing with very high-end application in the financial world in a much simpler way, because cloud really brought the ability to run cluster machine and distributed computing machines or an environment in a cost-effective way, in a way that everyone can experience with, whether he has a big IT organization or a small IT organization. So that's kind of the, you could see here some of the list of customers that are using us. You could see that a lot of them are kind of very distinguished names. But the important thing is that we've been around, we've dealt with all the issues, so the issues of distributed computing and the things that cloud computing brings to the world is a very natural fit for us. Before I start, I wanted to kind of touch, I know that a lot of the discussion would be around what is cloud, and I really don't want to talk about that specifically. I do think that we do need to touch base with what brings us to deal with cloud, because I think that with all the discussion on cloud, we kind of miss the point from time to time. If I look at that from a business perspective, it's very simple. We have issues of capacity planning, which is very complex. Today, most of the organization is built or is provisioned by the peak load. We take the peak load, and obviously we take and provision the machines based on that number. When obviously the average is much lower than that. So if we have, for example, a peak that requires 10 machines and an average that requires 3 machines, we'll have basically a very low utilization, and 7 machines will be pretty much redundant most of the time. If we'll also take into account that it's not just a production environment that is going to be affected by that peak load number, it's also the staging environment, as well as the disaster recovery side, we basically end up with 21 machines just standing there for a one-time event. So obviously the current methodology for dealing with this type of things is...
Nati, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are you sharing your desktop, because none of the attendee can see slides?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
If you can do that.
That's all I did.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. Do you see the slides now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect now.
Cool. So if we look at one of the first recent research that measured that type of arguments, I think that it's clear that capacity planning is too complex, and therefore moving to clouds would be a very clear motivation. Another thing which is very important is the time to market. Obviously, trying to deploy an application on the current IT environment takes a lot of manual work and a lot of relatively a lot of effort that obviously impact the bottom line, which is time to market. And in many ways,